To annotate or not to annotate? That is the question. There are two types of books: the books you annotate and the books you don't. Which one's which? Let's see. You are going to annotate when your teacher requires it. I know it's annoying, but it's actually kind of useful, which leads to my second and third points. You're going to annotate when a storyline is hard to follow. For me, The Three Musketeers was a very difficult book to follow, so annotating or taking notes on the side is something that you would do to keep the main points in check. Third, you're going to annotate for a deeper meaning. A lot of these books, for example, To Kill a Mockingbird, has a deeper meaning within the story, and a lot of teachers want you to find that meaning. And even though you may just want to read for fun, they'll have you annotate because they want you to keep track of the characters, the storyline, and they want you to pick out the symbols and the motifs and the themes. And it's a lot easier to pick those out when you annotate. You're going to write in a book when you want to put it as your own. For example, if you are a book lender, then you want to put your name and your either address or phone number in the book so that the person can contact you or mail the book back to you when they're done, especially if it's the summer and you lent them to them while they were still in school. You are also going to annotate a book when you are trying to leave notes for family and friends to find you when you've disappeared to Agloe, New York. Finally, another reason that you can annotate a book is so that if you're going to be writing a review on it or a paper on it, you're going to want those key points. Not annotating. It's really important not to annotate a book if it is a first edition or a collector's edition, because they might be worth a lot of money someday, and you may not want to sell them, but you want to keep them in pristine condition. And so to do that, the most you're ever going to write in it is your name. Second, you're not going to annotate if the book is not yours. If you have borrowed a book, like I've borrowed this one from my friend Sarah, you are not going to go through and write in it because it's not yours to write in. Don't annotate a book if you plan to lend it out, because when you annotate, a lot of those thoughts are your personal thoughts about the story, and you can write those in a separate notebook if you'd like, but you don't want your friends to go through and see why you've marked out this line or why you've highlighted this line. If that's really important and private stuff to you, you don't want to annotate books that you plan on lending out later. If you plan on trading it at a used bookstore for a decent price, don't annotate. Because if there's writing in the book, the price is going to go down. And at Mr. K's, you want to get as much for your books as possible so that you can get more books. And finally, you're not going to annotate if it's on electronic copy and you are using a real pen. So I hope you liked this video, and if you are an annotator or not an annotator, leave those reasons down below in the comments for me to read. And also, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I hope you learned a little bit more why annotation can be important. Stay positive, y'all. See ya!